Hello garden friends! Do you want to grow more food in less space? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I do it. My mom always taught me it's not how much you have, but what you do with it. So the first pepper plant I'm going to plant is a golden treasure. It makes these pretty long, kind of like oblong, oval, yellow bell peppers. And the second one is an orange king. You know, a lot of times I grow things just because I think they're pretty, not necessarily to consume, although I will, but I just thought the yellow long peppers would look so pretty next to the orange king. So I'm going to plant one on each side of this globe eggplant. Here's another example of planting something because I love the color and I love the flowers. The gold eggplant, they're just so beautiful the way they turn really dark purple, almost black, and they're super shiny. But the flowers of eggplants are so pretty. They're like a purple. I know somebody in the family will eat them, but for me, I'm going to put the eggplant right in the front. And then I'm going to put 2 peppers on each side. There's so much space back here rather than just put the 3 plants in the center. It's kind of like the thriller, filler, and spiller method. You have the thriller behind, and these can grow vertically. Then the spiller in front, which can grow down. These don't need to be in the center. These are planted right up against the edge of this raised box because you want your strawberries to come down anyway, because if strawberries grow in the soil, they're more susceptible to pests and rot. So I suggest planting strawberries right up to the edge. That way all the runners and the fruit can hang down without getting ruined. The new additions to my elevated garden bed will be part of my new driveway garden or front lawn garden, whatever you want to call it. I recently just purchased this beautiful yellow GreenStalk, and all the strawberry plants I got out of there came from my elevated garden bed. Those strawberries produced so many babies. I actually propagated them and used them for my GreenStalk planter. They went through a little transplant shock. So what I did is I pruned all the strawberry plants back and pretty much turned them into bare roots. But as you can see, they're growing back nicely. I have a tree growing in this little bed right here, this little round one with strawberries. I purposely let these red onions go to seed because I think the scapes are absolutely beautiful. They remind me of flowers from the Dr. Seuss book. And of course, I could have grown something in here to eat. But who doesn't love zinnias? And I use these trellises to keep them growing upward, vertical. And in this bed, I have 2 tomato plants. And again, I have another trellis to keep the plants growing upward instead of bushy and flopping. As you can see, I like to make the most of all the garden space that I have. Once I have these planted, I'm going to use these tomato cages just to encourage them to stay upright. Sometimes peppers, although they do grow straight up, sometimes they can plop when they get heavy with the vegetables. So if I put these tomato cages around each one, it'll encourage them to continue to grow up and save space. You can make so much more in your vegetable boxes or your garden by growing vertically rather than letting things spread out. So this is how I know I'm going to have all these plants grow together without crowding each other. Plus, these are really cute and bright colors, and you know me, I love adding color to the garden. So a lot of it is visual and interest as well. I can never have too much color. Now, the wonderful thing about this elevated garden bed that Vigo sent me is the wheels. Look at how awesome this is. I can plant in the back without reaching from the front. I absolutely love this. So let me show you this really cool potting trick I have. What I do is after I dig a hole, I stick the pot inside and then I pack down the soil around it. and I make a mold. Once I get all the soil packed down really nice, what I do is I just kind of twist it, lift it up, and look at that. I have the perfect mold for my plant. Then I simply drop it in, and I save these in case I want to plant seeds. Now, if you have no place to put the soil when you're digging the hole, sometimes I take it out of the pot now, and then I can put the soil right in here as like a little holding tank. But both the eggplant and the peppers, they love full sun. However, peppers really don't like intense heat. Anything over 90 degrees, they kind of get stressed out. But this area in my garden, it does get relief from the afternoon. So while they all want 6 to 8 hours of sun each day, here in California, they will definitely appreciate a little break from that intense heat that we often get. So now I'm packing it down. Oh, there's a strawberry. See? It's in the soil. The dogs love them. Twist and lift up. Then I can decide which way do I want the eggplant to face. Such a beautiful plant. Then all the soil that was in this pot, I'll just put around it. I do this with trees as well. I'll make moats around my trees and shrubs. That way, whenever you water your plants, the water will stay right where you want it. And now for my Orange King bell pepper. I've always grown lunchbox orange peppers. Those are in the raised garden beds on my front lawn. So this will be something new for me. I made the mold, gonna pop it in. And now my Orange King has a new home. Oh, look at that. There's a little pepper. So this is going to turn green first, and then it will eventually turn orange. And the same goes for my golden treasure. It's going to have green peppers first, and then with time and sunshine, then they will turn yellow. So I think I'm going to separate the two colors with the pink in the center. Plus, I think the purple eggplant will look so pretty against the pink tomato cage. Tomato cages aren't just for tomatoes, you know. And this will encourage them to grow upwards. And this is how I make the most of all the space that I have. Vertical gardening. And I think the yellow golden bell pepper will look so pretty against the turquoise color of the tomato cage. It's all about color, you know. And the orange will look pretty on the green. There. Now I simply roll this back into place. So I have a total of about 12 plants growing in here. The 2 peppers, the eggplants, and about 8 strawberry plants. It's all about where you place them. I certainly wouldn't want to plant tall plants in front with the strawberries in the back. And this way it'll be an appealing visual as well. Trailing strawberries, and then I have foliage growing on top. I love it. This is how I make the most of all the garden space that I have. And of course my beautiful GreenStalk. This has got to be one of the smartest ways to maximize my garden space. I can fit 30 plants in there, and it only takes up about 2 feet of space. Well, thanks for hanging out with me in the garden today, and I hope I encouraged you to make the most of your space too. Thanks for watching.